We are on the final straight on this rooming house that I'm in here right this second. So I thought we'll run you a little bit around so you can see some of the cool things that we're using in this property. This property was in a slightly tighter side in terms of design because it's a corner block. So we maximize the use of the lot. And but what we've done is, you can see just behind me here, that's the main door. Again, electronic locks and all that sort of stuff that everyone who knows what they're doing about rooming house is using at this stage. Ours specifically designed for us connect to our management system, which is critically important. But always something happens when you go straight into the door, which is like, well, where do you put the stuff? Normally, we have the door in a slightly different order and going straight into the corridor. Here, the main door goes into this common area where we're going to have a couple washing machines, and obviously you can see a trough just behind there. And then around it, you can see here's the kitchen. Part of the boxes were real people building real houses. So there's rubbish everywhere until the very, very end of the project. And here we have the main kitchen. That main kitchen, obviously, you're going to have appliances there, an oven, and obviously another sink over there. But what you're going to see is we have another door here, which goes straight into that kitchen, straight into that living area. And we have another one that goes straight into the laundry. What we've done is, because we are in a corner block, we have created effectively a double frontage house with one door and one front towards the side street and another one towards the front street. That's going to allow us to take advantage of things like parking in the street and that sort of stuff without creating much of an issue. We also happen to be at the end of the road, which means we have no neighbors beyond this particular block, which is also going to be super useful. You can see there emergency exit signs, which is obviously a requirement in this type of property. And then here on this room, we have actually implemented one of the design principles that we imported out of our last overseas trip, where we have actually taken the kitchenette and put it in this side of the studio, this side of the room, creating effectively a little separation. You can see there's a wall here separating all of that. And then that will be the main room, the main sleeping area, living area. Then having a look at the bathroom and the toilet. You can see that behind me. That one's the disability toilet. So we have obviously put all the disability requirements there. And then on the rest of the house, you can see here, if you follow me, big corridor. Now you can see at the end something that we normally don't do, which is we put a window. I mean, it's been years since we put windows in these corridors because we use that space for things like storage and bringing things together. But because of the location of this house and because of the way light and the design moves through the house, we have opted for a window so that way we can provide a little bit of natural light to this massive corridor you can see behind me, rather than having this dark cage feeling. We had enough space to create beautiful studios, very similar to the stuff we do normally. Again, you can see doors either side, and all of those doors are separated to create some beautiful spaces. We are literally weeks away, like a handful of weeks away from having tenants here and to producing some great cash flow for the owner of this property. We have never been more excited about this project than we are now, because at the end of the day, this is really when we get the end result for a lot of those projects. I'll probably be showing you this a little bit more when it's complete. And when we're here kind of setting it up, we already started looking at what we're going to do with furniture and things like that. So I'll be talking more about what we do there, but I thought I'd share with you now while I'm here how some of these elements are. So anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to post them below. I'll be more than happy to answer them, and I'll be talking to many of you very, very soon.